Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Loving greeting from me to all and especially Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to all Muslim ladies and gentlemen around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it's blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that Allah Almighty has chosen us for the beautiful message of Islam to share with you. In this topic, ladies and gentlemen, we have talked about another really important and really crucial kind of topic. So without any waste of time, let's move to our topic. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the banking system in all over the world, and especially if you look at the banking system in your country, you look at the local banks and you look at the other banks in your country, and if you look at the international banking system, if you look at IMF, if you look at International World Bank, and if you look at other international finance departments, you can see all these international finance departments are working under the policy of interest, are working under the policy of usury. You can see IMF. What is IMF? IMF give loans to underdeveloping countries like poor countries. IMF give a huge amount of money as a loan. But these underdeveloping countries, in time of return of their amount, when the underdeveloping countries return their money, and IMF take huge amount of charges as an interest, as a usury. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not great kind of system. The interest-based system, the usury-based system, this is not great kind of system. But in today's modern world, you can see some secular kind of mind. You can see the pupils thinks that it is well, it's okay, it's not a bad kind of thing. It's not bad kind of thing to see. Why? We ask why it's not a bad kind of thing. The pupils says that you can see a lot of intellectual personalities are working in the banks. If you see in international banks, if you see in local banks, if you see in banks all around the world, there are graduates, there are masters, there are PhDs, doctorates working in these kind of departments, in these kind of banks. So they are intellectuals. How they make bad kind of policies, it's not possible. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not great kind of psychology. This is not great kind of mindset, because sometimes intellectuals also thinks wrong. Sometimes maybe intellectual educated pupils are also wrong, because they are human beings. They make mistakes. Pupils thinks that Donald Trump makes the policy of banking in America. So that's why interest is really great. That interest is health and soul of the banks. Some people say that Joe Biden says that interest is great. Some people says that Israeli Prime Minister says that interest is health and soul of our society. But ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter that what intellectual says. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that what God says about this issue. What God says about this issue. So ask. Look at the Quran. Look at Quran. Chapter number 2, verse number 275. God says that some people say that buying, selling, and interest usury and buying selling are the same things. Buying selling are just like interest. But oh peoples, no. Buying and selling and interest and usury are not the same kind of stuff. They are really different kind of stuff. Buying and selling mean business, are allowed, are halal for you. And on the other hand, if you look at usury, if you look at usury, if you look at interest usury are prohibited for you, are harmful for you. Oh pupils, avoid from usury, avoid from usury, avoid from interest. Do not take interest, do not take usury. Ladies and gentlemen, in another place, chapter number 3 of Holy Quran, verse number 130, God says that, oh you who believe, do not eat the interest, do not eat the interest. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is clear that usury, interest is prohibited, is haram, and is really harmful for our societies. Ladies and gentlemen, please try to understand that the societies were not developing in which interest usury is really common. These kind of societies are not developing because God announced the open war. God announced the war with these kind of societies who eat interest and usury. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Quranic perspective about about the interest and usury based financial systems. On the other hand, if you look at the life of Prophet Muhammad Islam, what Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, said about this issue before 1400 years ago. Prophet Muhammad Islam, one of the narration from Jabir radiallahu anhu narrated that Holy Prophet, peace and blessing upon him, Prophet Muhammad cursed those peoples who eat usury, who feed usury, who write documents of usury, and who peoples who testify about usury. These all kind of peoples are cursed. It's saying of Prophet Muhammad al-Islam. Now look at another point of view. Now look at another hadith of Prophet Muhammad al-Islam. Prophet Muhammad al-Islam said that usury and interest is more bad as compared to adultery, as compared to fornication. And in one place, Prophet Muhammad al-Islam said that usury, interest is bad 36 times more bad as compared to fornication, as compared to adultery, means sexual relationship, illegal sexual relationship. At another point, Prophet Muhammad Islam said in one of his another hadith, is one of the famous hadith of Prophet Muhammad Islam. Prophet Muhammad said that when the night of ascension, I reached the heavens, I visited all the places. And one place I saw a lot of peoples whose bellies are just like big houses. And I saw that there in the bellies of these kind of peoples, there are a lot of snakes, there are a lot of harmful insects biting from inside the bellies of these kind of peoples. I'm really shocked at the moment, and I asked Angel Jibril, oh Jibril, what is the mistake? What is the sin of these kind of peoples? Why insects? Why snakes are biting them from inside of their big bellies? Jibril answered, "Oh dear Prophet Muhammad Islam, the sin, the mistake of these kind of peoples is that they peoples eat, they peoples take, they people feed usury and interest in the world, in their lives." So it's the punishment of these kind of peoples. It's the punishment in case of interest. It's the punishment in the case of usury. So, ladies and gentlemen, today it's my responsibility to try for best, to save our community, to save our society from this bad evil of interest, of usury. And please try to understand, please think about it, how we make our banking system free from usury, free from interest. Please think about this. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Our today's topic is now finished here. Thank you so much. Wama tawfiqi illa billah.